Okay, so I guess we're just gonna start here because it's been a minute. I took like 2 months off of YouTube. I'm like untying my shoes right now because I want to like cross my legs, and I don't want to like touch the bottoms of my shoes, if that makes sense. Anyways, so it's been like 2 months since I've been on YouTube. Hey. Let me just tell you what's been going on the last 2 months. I have just really focused on myself, actually, and went through like a little depressive slump, I think, as most people do, and then I started going to like yoga classes, like at an actual studio again. So that's kind of like where I've been. I've also been kind of formulating what I want my courses and membership to look like. And as I was kind of driving home today, I didn't even think I was going to film this today. It's not even like on my to-do list. But I was driving home from dropping off my daughter at preschool, and I was like, you know what? I really need to film something for YouTube. Like, it's just been a minute, and I think it would be good. So this is it. This is what it is. And this is going to probably be unedited, uncut. I might add a little something at the beginning. But essentially, what I wanted to kind of share with you is just kind of my thoughts about where everything is in my business and what is to come for like YouTube and what is to come for my courses and membership. So lots of like spinning plates are going around, and it's hard to kind of make decisions that you know will impact your business, and you don't know if it's going to be good or bad. And so you're just constantly trying to like stay the course and pivot in small ways just to kind of give more to your audience and allow them to really experience whatever it is that you have to offer. So my whole thing right now is that I really wanted to do another round of Taking Up Space. If you have no idea what Taking Up Space is, it basically is a 8-week course where it was a group coaching aspect. When I first ran Taking Up Space, we did 2 weekly calls, and we did them over Zoom, and it was amazing. Like the feedback and the connection to everybody was really, really good. That first group was so great. I learned so much as somebody who was kind of in charge of the cohort. And the next round, it turned into, I believe, like once a week Zoom calls. No, I think we still did them twice a week. But this was like 2 years ago, and then that was like maybe a year and a half ago. And then last year I did another round, and I could only do it once a month. I could only do the Zoom calls once a month. For those of you who know, my daughter has autism, and depending on the babysitter and other things that just could shift slightly, it makes it to where I end up having to cancel a lot of things. I don't do podcasts anymore because I canceled on like 3 of them last year, and I don't offer up my one-on-one services anymore. I can't rely on the fact that I'll be available. I just never know. I could have like several weeks where it's like, great, I make all of my appointments, I'm there, I'm ready. And then all of a sudden we'll have like 6 appointments where she's just melting down every single day. So I just don't know. And for that reason, right now, she's so young, we're still figuring out her diagnosis. We're still figuring out like what works the best for her and a schedule. She goes to preschool, she does speech therapy, she does dance classes. And each of those things, depending on the day, could be like a win or a loss. But we do them every single day. It's just a big struggle. So that's where I'm at in my personal life, and that's how it's affecting my business life. So what does that mean for Taking Up Space? So Taking Up Space is 8 weeks. We used to do them over Zoom, but I also realized that like Zoom calls are overwhelming. They're stressful. People get anxious to even like get on a Zoom call. And so I wanted to do something completely different this round. This next round is going to start March 23rd, 2023. And essentially, like the first week, we like figure out our goals. Then we kind of like figure out what our schedule is, to kind of incorporate everything. And then we start working through like movement, like why are we like struggling with movement, falling in love with a movement practice that works for us or workout practice. We work on intuitive eating and understanding like maybe why we have struggled with eating, disordered eating patterns, and present, past, and how that impacts us. And then we really start to work on our traumas, why the things are the way that they are, why in our mind we can't just be normal, so to speak. These are words that come from clients. Like, people have said that to me during it, like, why can't I just be normal? Why can't I just be the person who wakes up, wants to like, move my body, wants to like eat, overnight oats and like get my steps in and like do all these things? And why am I just like so against it? And then I end up binge eating by the end of the day. A lot of times that has to do with things that have happened in the past that we haven't worked through. And so as we kind of like get that base, those first 4 weeks is kind of like the base. Then the last half of it is kind of working through that trauma, releasing it, understanding why we are people pleasers, understanding why we are constantly like just letting certain things walk all over us. We don't know what our worth is. We don't think that we're worthy of anything. We believe that we need to maybe lose weight before we can see ourselves in a better light, or maybe we have lost weight and we have body dysmorphia and we don't know how to even love our bodies. All of these things are usually very intertwined, and that's where this course kind of comes in. I worked with clients for like over a year. I compiled all of their things after working one-on-one with people, probably about 40 different women. And I basically came out with this course because this was an experience that I had experience my clients had. These are the tools that I was given. These were the tools that I gave my clients, the ones that worked, the ones that really, there's just so much to this course that I used to charge $997 for this course, okay? That is how impactful this course is. So once we work through our trauma, then we start to love and accept our bodies, and then we can really like envision what we want for our futures. And that whole course is kind of like this arc, right? So like we slowly work into like working out that trauma, and then we come down, we figure out how to love ourselves. And the thing of it is that we don't have time to get on two Zoom calls per week and like do all this work, and we know we need to do it and we just don't have the time. And I'm neurodivergent. I struggle with sitting down and like working on myself. I avoid situations oftentimes that incorporate like doing work. And so what I've found is that I will do the work if it is something I can listen to. So like listen, absorb, and I find that I absorb information better if I'm listening to it. So that's where the podcast came about. I realized that me putting this out there as a podcast, where it is not so much pressure getting on a Zoom call. So every week you would watch your modules, you would work through your journals, and then you would listen to the podcast to understand like where the community is, right? And so I'll be looking at comments and understanding questions, things like that. And then I'll answer them on the podcast every single week. And so that'll run for 8 weeks. And then we'll have 4 weeks of just kind of like recap, like where are we actually at? What did we need to do again? And then that'll be a season. So that's kind of where I'm breaking everything up. First season is going to come out March 23rd, 2023. So it's just coming out in a couple of days, or in like a week and a half. And that season is really going to be all about, just figuring it out, like seeing if this is going to work. I don't know if this is something that I'll be continuing on after the first 12 weeks. I'm hoping to do 3 seasons and then kind of make a decision. I do have retreats coming up, so podcast episodes, I'll be filming and recording just in time with what, my retreat schedule will be like. And maybe, so there might be like a week or two where there's no podcast, but I'll like let you know as the weeks go on. But I wanted to start it now. I wanted to give everybody an opportunity to get in the membership, be a part of it. And I think what I need to do, I've been thinking really, really hard about this. And I think what I'm going to do is a new member special. So if anybody wants to join as a new member, I'm going to do a 3-month special so that you can enjoy all 3 months of the podcast, of the Taking Up Space, and you only have to pay $10 a month. So this is going to only run for this first season. If this is something that you're like, this sounds perfect. I have heard about you talk about taking up space before. I have always wanted to be a part of it, and I'm so glad that you're bringing it back. I recently have had quite a few people asking about taking up space, and so this is how I'm gonna like offer it. Just keep in mind, like I used to charge $1,000 per client who came on because it was such intense work. This work is not easy. This work is where like you're in a place that you're ready to do it. And you also work with other people, and there's a community aspect to it. And so I, of course, group leader, I'm gonna like be leading the charge. But at the same time, like your other people that are there will be leaning on you. You will be leaning on them. So I don't have the answers to every single thing, right? Like if you're using a best practice that like has worked for you, I want you to share it. I want you to be a part of this whole like cohort thing. So I'm going to begin this today. This is, I think, March 13th. And the special will run until the end of the month. So $10 a month for the first 3 months, and then it'll be $33 a month after that. This is for new people only, but you're more than welcome to restart your membership if you'd like. But yes, $10 a month. And then that way you can enjoy every aspect of the membership at a little bit of a lower cost. And if it's something that you're like, I vibe with this, then that's where you're at. And I just want to say, like, everybody who's been out there, who has supported me, who has tried my courses, who has enjoyed them, I appreciate you so much. Like, you give me like the strength and the power to like keep going, because I know this is so needed. Like the work that I'm doing is so very much valuable and needed. I don't get that response as often because I know a lot of people who are in larger bodies are insecure and struggle with finding acceptance within themselves. And so they struggle to even say it to people who, might help them even just a little bit. So if I've ever helped you in the past, I would love a comment down below. If this sounds like something that you'd like, I'll include links in my doobly-doo. And that is it for me. So Taking Up Space is coming March 23rd, the new podcast. I have a community already up. I'm going to go ahead and add in some questions and different things that everybody can answer. I haven't really used the community feature in my platform. I use Kajabi. So we'll, learn together. This is a learning experience. I want to bring this to people. I want them to enjoy it. And I want to be able to use features that could be beneficial to everybody, and so that's where I'm at with everything. If this sounds like something that you might be interested in, then please join. Another perk to getting the membership is that you get access to all of my courses, all of them. Plus every month I'll be doing, yoga flows and everything else. And then as far as like the YouTube channel goes, I am I don't have any official plans, but I would like to maybe release a 5-minute video once a week. And I don't know if I'm going to start doing that after my Costa Rica retreat, maybe in May. I just feel like I have a lot of things that are on my plate right now. April 12th through the 21st, I'll be in Costa Rica, and to be uploading weekly videos and to like get ahead of it and all that. It's a lot of work, and I appreciate everybody who has, watched my YouTube videos here, but I have hundreds already. So like, if you're like, I need new ones, please check the playlist, because like I have made so many videos, and there might be something that you might enjoy that's already here right now. Until then, in May, I'll kind of make some decisions, because I'll understand like where I'm at with taking up space, the podcast. That's something that's going to be recurring every week for me. And then where I'm at with like mental health, my daughter, understanding all those things. There's a lot of spinning plates that's going to be happening in April for me. And so that's why we'll wait until May. We'll see what happens. And this is an interesting piece of work that I didn't think I would come across, but just like to share my own personal journey. In the past, I would have pushed through and I would have done the work, because that's the type of person that I am. And I'm always like, I need a hand in every single pot, no matter what. I used to have that mentality. I don't have that anymore. I think mostly because I understand what I am being called to do even more clearly. I understand that having a hand in every single pot doesn't always equal whatever it is that I'm trying to gain from that. I don't need a huge audience. I don't need like a lot of things. I just want to be able to provide value and love and support to my community, and I appreciate that they can give that back to me as well, especially since I'm in a place of kind of transition in my business. And so this is giving me the opportunity to explore other things, and it also gives you an opportunity to explore other things as well, since I'm going to be offering it at $10 a month. Oh my gosh, I'm so excited. All right, I love you all. Mwah. I'm hoping to get this up by the end of today. Let's see if it actually happens. See you next time. Bye. In May.